Hello everybody and welcome back. Tiny Tina Wonderlands is finally here, and today we are taking a look at 10 critical, essential, I wish I knew sooner tips and tricks that will definitely give you a big boost, so make sure you stick until the end. First things first, character creation, backstory and stats. Since this is the starting point, we kind of want to make the most out of it. So, like I said in the previous video, we have 6 classes to choose from. 3 of them are more melee focused, the Berserker, the Clawbringer, the Stabomancer, and 3 of them ranged, which is the Spellshot, the Graveborn and the Spore Warden. I won't dive into more details about each class in particular because we kind of covered that in the previous video. After you choose your class, you'll have to choose a backstory that will give you certain attributes. My suggestion is that if you are going for melee approach, choose Village Idiot because it will give you a lot of strength from the beginning. The idea is to pay attention to what class you are picking and how well it fits to the backstory you are choosing. The backstory also increases or decreases the amount of points that you can invest in certain attributes. After you pick your class and backstory, you will have your first 10 hero points to invest in your stats. Again, you'll kind of want to match with the class you are playing. If you are melee focused, I would recommend investing in strength or dexterity. Both options are great. Don't worry about the negative stats for now, especially if you are melee focused, because intelligence is going to be the only stat to balance, and there's only 3 points that you need to invest in order to not get that negative effect. Loot and gold. Whenever you see those chests, make sure you open them and collect the gold pouches and bars by simply standing near them. Gold is very important in this game, at least more important than it was in previous Borderlands games. But don't spend it early on for weapons and gear because you will drop a lot of items out there, so don't worry about it. Instead, save it and invest at the blacksmith in storage capacity, lost loot capacity and ammo carry capacity. To gather gold faster, I would also suggest selling the items that you don't need anymore instead of simply throwing them away. You can sell the junk to any of those jukeboxes out there. Lucky Dices is the next on our list. Listen carefully because this trick will bring you the best loot in the game over time. And you can find those lucky dices everywhere if you pay attention. Usually you'll find them in hidden places or simply out of sight. Each map has a certain amount that you can find, so definitely open your map and use the teleport to go back to places where you couldn't find all of them and start searching around. With each lucky dice smashed, your loot luck will increase, and over time your chances of getting exceptional loot will be much higher, so it's definitely something worth investing in. At each fighting area you will notice these barrels with a heart sign on them that if you smash will fully recover your HP. Just make sure not to confuse them with other traps which are also red and will damage or even kill you. It happened to me countless of times and it's pretty easy to make that mistakes in the middle of a fight. Firing modes. We have plenty of weapons in the game that do different things and have different stats. By pressing C on your keyboard, you can switch between firing modes. Now most of the guns, especially in the early game, will be simpler, having a choose between automatic or pistol, but some of the weapons out there change dramatically from one firing mode to another. For instance, I have this gun which acts like a normal automatic weapon, but if I press C you can see that it's on zip rockets mode and it fires some really cool rockets. I really enjoy this kind of mixing and switching because it adds to the complexity and the beauty of this game, which by the way I enjoy very much. Mixing melee and range fights in Wonderlands is a bigger factor than it was in previous Borderlands games. Besides basic melee attacks, you can also use the jump attack that is quite powerful and useful especially for melee classes. Simply jump and hit your crouch button to execute this. Overlord encounters. Wonderland has this new concept of board game map that we didn't see in previous Borderlands games. While moving on the map, especially in the grassy areas, you will have random encounters with enemies. If they hit you, you will be teleported in an area where you will have to defeat all the foes. You will receive a reward at the end. I would suggest doing this in early game because I got some really good epic equipment that helped me progress faster. However, if you would want to avoid those encounters, simply use the melee button to hit those enemies when they appear on the board game. Spells. Definitely give a check on your inventory every now and then to see if you dropped some better spells. I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot of fun with it since you can shoot and cast spells at the same time. There are many kind of spells out there, some of them spawn companions while other spells are colorful with exceptional visual effects waiting for you to unleash carnage upon your enemies. This machine right here will automatically collect rare items that you missed or you did not see. As I previously mentioned, it's good to invest in increasing its storage capacity because it will highly increase your game experience. Some final combat tips: use everything you have in your arsenal, your melee weapons, your guns, your spells, and besides that, make sure to use the traps at the encounter areas to your advantage. Once you start doing this, you'll notice how easy it gets to eliminate your foes. World map. This will save you a lot of time. You can toggle it by pressing F on your keyboard after opening the map, and you can fast travel to certain points on the map. I know it's something basic, but it took me a while to figure this out and I lost a lot of time with running around the map. This is it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely let me know down below in the comment section if you know any other important tips and tricks, especially for early game, and I'll see you guys in the next video.